Hi, my name is Mandy. Welcome along to day 5 of our 7 days of yoga. So we're going to have a couple of sun salutations to start with, and then we're going to work through kind of like a mini mandala flow. So we're going to start in the middle, work to the end, come back to the middle, and then come from the other end and back to the middle again. Take the options that work for you, so make it as big or a smaller pose as you're happy to. And go with the wobbles as well. So you get a little bit wobbly, if you wobble about, that's fine. Just come back to where you were and start again. So with that, we're going to come up to standing. We're going to come to the end of our mat. So our sun salutations, each time we come through our low lunge, we're going to add in an easy twist. So you're going to have your feet hip width apart. See if you can get space between all of your toes. And then come into your mountain pose. So our neutral spine, heels, hips, shoulders, earlobes stacking, growing tall, but you're not squeezing your knees, your thighs, your bum for dear life. And then just sweep your arms all the way up. Cactus your arms, lift your chin and your chest, bringing your arms down to the sides. And then soften your knees, rolling all the way down to our forward bend. You're going to step your right leg back behind you. Right hand stays on the floor. Left arm reaches up to our easy twist. Bringing your left hand down. Left leg steps back, so all fours are box or coming here into plank with me, reaching through your heels and your head. Then knees, chin, chest, all lower down, slide through. Shoulders roll back and down, so peeling up to our baby cobra, lengthen from head to toes. Lower back down, toes tuck, push back through hands and knees. Child's pose or coming into downward dog. So your fingers are stretched out, hands are flat down if you're in downward dog. Maybe you pedal your feet out a few times. Actively feel like you're pushing the floor away. Imagine you're holding the ceiling up almost. And then pause, soft bend in the knees, tailbone lifts up. As you breathe in, right foot steps up to your hands. We come back to that easy twist, so right arm reaches up. Looking to your fingers, bringing your hand down. Left foot steps up to the top of the mat. Knees are bent, slowly roll back up. Again, sweep your arms all the way up. Cactus your arms, bend through the elbows, lift your chin and your chest. So you get a little bit of a standing back bend. Maybe reach your arms back. And then bring your arms down to your side, rolling over and down again. Bending your knees as you go. This time left leg steps back. Low lunge, easy twist, remember, so right arm reaches up. Bringing your hand down. Right leg steps back. All fours, so box or plank. Reaching through your heels and your head. And then knees, chin, chest, all lower down. Slide through again. Shoulders roll back and down. So we come back to our baby cobra. Elbows tucking into your sides. Feel like you're growing long from head to toes. Lower down, toes tuck. Pushing back either to hands and knees or your child's pose. Or maybe we push straight up to our top of our plank. And then send your hips up and back to downward dog. Push the floor away, take a breath or two, knees are soft. Tailbone feels like it's reaching to your ceiling. Next breath in, left foot steps up to your hands. Pause, add your easy twist in. So left arm reaches up to your ceiling. Bringing your hand down. Right foot steps up to the top of the mat. Pause here in your forward bend, bending your knees as much as you want to, as much as you need to. Take a breath. And then nice and slow, roll all the way up to standing. Bring your arms all the way up. Then bring your arms down through center. Hands coming down to your sides. So we're going to come to the center of our mat. Have your feet wide, as if you're coming into a wide squat, which we will be coming into our goddess pose in a minute. We're going to bring your arms all the way up, so we're in our star. Maybe you lift your heels. Go along from the top of your head to your fingers. Heels down, or if you can do heels lifted, so we come into our goddess pose on our tiptoes. Bend your elbows. And sit. And then bring your left foot down, turn to the end of your mat. So your right heel is lifted, sweeping your arms all the way up, so we're in our crescent lunge. Imagine trying to pull your feet together. From here, we're coming into our pyramid pose. So if you want to, you can bring your back leg in, straighten through your front leg, just circle your arms down and round. Maybe you rest here with your hands on your front leg. Maybe you bring your hands down to the floor. Feel like you're lengthening through at the top of your head, right? Reaching long through your body, through your back. And then lower your back knee down to the floor. We're going to come up into half a camel. So from here, come all the way up to our 90-90 legs. So right hand's going to reach back to your heel behind you. Left hand reaches up to the ceiling. Take your gaze up to your fingers, lift through your chin, your chest. And so circle your left arm back round behind you, bringing your left forearm down onto the left leg. So we're going to take it into our extended side bend. So back knee lifts, back foot spins flat down. So your front heel pretty much lines up with your instep, your back leg. Allow your hips to sink down. Taking your right arm up, maybe you reach your right arm in long with your ear. There's not much weight in this left hand. If you wanted to, maybe you do, lift the hand off, you can reach your hand forwards. Find your breath. Bringing your hands down, so you come back to that low lunge, and then work your hands round to the centre of the mat. We come into a wide-legged forward bend. So hands come down on the floor. Can you press into the outside edges of your feet? Lengthen and lift through your back. So it kind of feels like your back's flat. Left hand comes on the floor in front of your face. As you breathe in, reach your right arm up to your ceiling. Look at your fingers, pause, take a breath or two here. And then lower that hand all the way down. And we switch sides. So next breath in, left elbow lifts up. Straighten the left arm all the way up. Again, take a couple of breaths looking up to your hand. Bringing your hand down. Turn your legs out so your toes point back to the corners of your mat. Slowly soften through the knees. We're going to roll all the way up to standing. So you're going to sweep your arms all the way back up. We come back to our star pose. Again, maybe you lift your heels. Depends how stable you're feeling. Come back into your goddess pose. Heels lifted if you can. So knees bend, arms bend. And so then we're going to turn the other end to face the other end of our mat. So left heel stays lifted, right toes turn forward. So we come into our crescent lunge. Arms reach up by your ears, back legs really nice and active. Taking it into your pyramid, so circle your arms back round. Bring your back foot a little bit closer in if you'd like to. Straighten through your front leg a little bit or all the way. Maybe your hands just rest somewhere on your leg. Maybe your hands come down to the floor or a block if you've got blocks to hand. And then lengthen out through your back, through the top of your head again. Left knee, back knee lowers down onto the floor. We're going to come back into our half camel. So lift up to our 90-90 legs. Left hand comes round behind you. It's going to rest somewhere on your heel maybe. Maybe your hand just stays on your hip if that feels better, if that works better. And then right fingers reach up to your ceiling, looking up to your fingertip. Hips are pressing. So that left glute, that left bum cheek is working. And you circle your right arm back round behind you. As you lift up, right forearm comes to your right leg. We're going to take it back to our extended side bend. So back knee lifts, back foot spins flat down. And again, your front heel roughly lines up with the instep on the back leg. Lengthen out through the body. Left arm reaches up. In line with your ear, reach out through your fingers. And again, your right arm, there's not much weight. If you want to, you can reach your right arm forwards. Keep breathing though. And then rotate down, so come into your low lunge. Just take that breath here, work your way back round into that wide-legged forward bend. So again, outside edges of your feet pressing down, outside edges of your feet parallel to the ends of your mat. Knees can be bent. then bend your knees a lot. It almost feels like your thighs are parallel to the floor. Lift up about halfway. I'm going to add those 2 twists in again. So left hand on the floor underneath your face, right elbow reaches up. Straighten your right arm all the way up. Actively reach your fingers up to your ceiling, bringing that hand down. And then we switch sides. So left elbow pulls up, left arm straightens up. Reach your fingers up to the ceiling. Feel like your back is long and you're just rotating without rounding through the upper back. Bringing your hands down. Bring your hands back in. Soften your knees. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. Bringing your feet together. And that's it for today. So thank you very much for joining me. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I shall see you again for day 6. Thank you and take care.